Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Arsenal yesterday played a pre-season friendly against Brentford behind closed doors at London Coney Training Centre, and unfortunately we suffered our first loss of the pre-season. No need to panic, but losing 2-1 to Brentford. And some of the positives from it. Eddie Nketiah, again, with another goal. He's looked so sharp in pre-season. According to reports, Marquinhos looked very, very good in the game as well. Looked fast, looked sharp. But a defeat. And when you look at the team, and just going through the team, it was Turner in goal, Cedric, the young kid Walters, Rob Holding, Tavares, El Neni, Lokonga, Maitland-Niles, Marquinhos, Nelson, and Eddie Nketiah. Out of that whole team, probably you'd look on it and say Eddie Nketiah is the only player really, maybe Cedric as well if there's injuries, that will figure in possibly that first game against Crystal Palace. The rest of the players in there are backup players really, and obviously if some kids thrown in there as well, and all of the players that came off of the bench like Patino, etc., they're all kids. Sosa, they're all kids as well. So it wasn't the Arsenal first team. There's no need to panic, but what it does show you that there's players there, and some of those that didn't even play that need to leave Arsenal. When I say need to, I'm not saying it in a horrible way, but need to leave Arsenal in that they're not really going to figure in the first team this season. One of those players, of course, who played in that game is Nuno Tavares. Now, looks like he's definitely on his way out. Arsenal have been trying to sort out a move with Atalanta for him to go out on loan, but apparently that deal has stalled. It seems like it was getting close to being done, but it seemed to have stalled. Something to do with the options over the loan move, but I still expect to see him leave on loan this season. He's not going to get into the first team now that Zinchenko's in there. That's what I'm saying. A lot of those players yesterday, they're backup players, and some of them not even backup. Guys like Ainsley Maitland-Niles, it's not going to get in the team with the players that have been brought in. Bernd Leno's close to an exit. He, of course, didn't figure in the game. And I see a lot of debate on it yesterday saying that, we should keep Leno, because, people have got a few doubts over Matt Turner, who's just come in. But Leno is going to be going. It's set to be going to Fulham for around about £8 million. I think this one could happen before the end of the week, but let's keep our eyes on it. And another player who didn't actually play in the game, there's pictures of him sat watching the actual game, and that was Hector Bellerin. Now, this was really interesting rumours that came out via Sport yesterday regarding Hector Bellerin. He's on a contract at the moment with Arsenal where he receives around about £110,000 a week. He's one of the highest earners now at the club. But of course, he wants to leave. He wants to go to Real Betis. That is his preferred destination. That's where he played last season and did really, really well. However, Arsenal, they've been looking to try and make some money off of Hector Bellerin. Now, there's a rumour today that there may be an agreement that that Arsenal and Bellerin can come to by mutual consent, which would see Arsenal tear up his current contract and allow him to leave on a free. That way saving Arsenal all of the wages that they have to pay him. As I said, he's a very high earner. And also allowing him to move on for free, which means he'd be able to get his dream move to Real Betis. Now, it's just a rumour at the moment. We have seen Arsenal do this already in the past with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Mesut Ozil. But will they do it with Hector Bellerin? I'm not sure about this one. I still think Arsenal would like to get some value on him. But listen, I'm not discounting it 100%. I'm just wondering, is this based a lot on the fact that Edu was talking about the other day how when you got players that it's hard to get rid of, and how he had to, use those methods to get rid of players like Aubameyang, to get rid of his really high wages. difference is with Hector Bellerin is he's still a young guy. I think he's 27 now. So he's not like he's a, 33, 34-year-old player. He's still a young guy. And I still think Arsenal would be looking to maybe get some value on him. But he is on very high wages. So let's see how that one develops out. There's also another story today about Lucas Paqueta. Now, L'Equipe over there in France, they're claiming that Paqueta would rather join Spurs than Arsenal. What? Now, Spurs made a bid for Paqueta worth around 40 million euros. That's around about 33 million pounds just over in January to try and get his signature. But at the time, it was turned down. L'Equipe today claiming, without, any evidence from what I can see, that Paqueta would rather join either Spurs or Manchester City than joining Arsenal and Newcastle. Now, obviously, those two teams, Spurs and Manchester City, have Champions League football. Both Arsenal and Newcastle don't have Champions League football. Paqueta, of course, has no European football this year at Lyon. But that's their claim today. We know that, of course, that recently Edu was talking about Paqueta and saying that, listen, he's an admirer of him. He's a very, very good player. However, Edu was saying that, listen, we've got players already in that position, and he sort of really cast a massive doubt over whether he'd go for a player like Lucas Paqueta. Let's see what happens. I'm not too sure, again, about these rumours. I think if a club comes in with the right amount of money, whether that be Arsenal, whether that be Newcastle, whether that be Tottenham, Paqueta may go this season. You know what I mean? I think, it's all going to come down to money. Certainly, I don't think it's a matter of he's chosen Spurs over Arsenal. It's going to come down to whether whoever forks out the money, as I said, and also whether he wants to leave Lyon. So, again, that's one that's going to play out for quite a while yet. The window shuts, remember, on the 1st of September. Arthur Melo. Now, according to the journalist Gianluca Di Marzio, Arsenal have no interest whatsoever in signing Arthur Melo. There's been lots of rumours flying around this week claiming that Arsenal are interested in Arthur, wanted to get a loan deal done. There was even reports saying that a loan deal is very, very close for Arthur Melo, but it seems that there is no interest. Fabrizio Romano also saying the same thing as well. No interest at the moment from Arsenal in Arthur. We know, again, similar to what I was just talking about with the Spurs story, that in January, Arsenal were trying to get Arthur Melo on loan, but there is no interest in him right now, according to those reports. And Fabrizio Romano also claiming, and you'll see there, that the reported fee for Cody Gakpo, £22.5 million. That's according to Transfer Market. However, Fabrizio Romano claiming now that PSV will want around about £33.5 to £38 million for Cody Gakpo. How prices can rise. I mean, I saw Manchester United yesterday unveiling Lisandro Martinez. Full package, £57 million. Remember that one started off at around about 27 million when Arsenal were first talking about it. 30 million extra. I mean, ridiculous. Cody Gakpo now, £38 million. Great season last year for PSV. Scored a lot of goals, lots of assists. But is he worth £38 million? I don't think so. Not based off of one season, one great season in the Dutch league. That, to me, seems like a very, very high price. But they know PSV. You can't blame them. They're players in demand, and they're going to ask the top dollar for it. I want to know from you guys in the comments, should we go for it? Is it worth it? I mean, we were going to pay up to, £55 million for Rafinha. So should we pay £38 million for Gakpo? Would love to hear from you guys in the comments. And Yuri Tielemans, there was a rumour going around yesterday saying that Yuri Tielemans, Arsenal didn't really fancy him because they thought to themselves that he's going to lack the physicality to play for them. Again, Fabrizio Romano dismissing these rumours, and some other journalists as well saying that's absolute rubbish. Arsenal are still interested in Yuri Tielemans. Well, why don't they go and get him then, right? But that is the rumour. And Lucas Torreira, this was an interesting rumour as well. A claim from AS publication that Valencia have agreed personal terms with him. But check this out now. They want Arsenal to sign Lucas Torreira to a new contract. He's only got 1 year left on his current deal. And then loan him to Valencia, because Valencia at the moment have got a lot of financial problems, really couldn't afford to buy Torreira, but their manager Gattuso's a massive admirer. So we must sign him to a new contract, then loan him to Valencia. What, would we work for Valencia all of a sudden? What are these clubs on? Get your money out and pay for the player, or do one. That's what I'd say. I mean, that's incredible. But that's what they would like Arsenal to do. I can't see that one happening at all. But that's what Valencia are saying they'd like to do in order to get him. There are many other clubs interested in Lucas Torreira. Again, another player I expect to move on. There are a lot of Arsenal players that still need to go. Pablo Mari, noticeably, he didn't play yesterday. They played a youngster in that position. Is that because he's on the verge of a move to Fenerbahce? I think we're going to see over the next couple of weeks in particular, quite a few outgoings of some of these players that have, get the horrible term of dead wood. But there are certainly a lot of players in the team at the moment that do look like dead wood. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget to check out all of our excellent content here on AFTV. Don't forget to go over to DR Sports. On Sunday, we've got the final of the Women's Euros. We know the final now. It is England versus Germany. Beth Mead, of course, Leah Williamson of Arsenal in that team. So make sure you check it out over there on DR Sports as well. But thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you guys